Hello guys, welcome to one more lesson, and in this lesson we'll be activating and installing our first theme ever in WordPress, alright? So without further ado, let's start. The first thing we're gonna need for this lesson is, of course, go to our site folder and then drag and drop it to our VS Code. So this is our installation of WordPress. Inside app, public, WP content, we have themes, and these are the themes that WordPress currently has installed. Our task today will be adding one more theme to this list here. So let's go ahead and we'll be getting our minifolio folder. So I think you guys have already downloaded this one from the second lecture of this course. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and don't forget to do this because it's crucial for our course, okay? You need this file here. Let's uncompress it. And we'll be dragging and drop this minifolio folder to our themes folder in our WordPress installation. All right, done. So what's the next step? Let's go to our admin. We can access our admin using our local app. Click on WP admin, go to appearance, themes, and what we see now is a list of our WordPress themes currently installed. We have 2024, 2023, and 2021, and this one here that says broken themes. The following themes are installed but incomplete. And we have here the name of our folder, minifolio, and a description saying that the style sheet is missing. And why that? It's because we currently don't have a style.css file, which is one of the required theme in WordPress. If we go over to this documentation page here, the required theme files page documentation, it says that for a classic theme, which is the most common kind of WordPress theme, because we also have what they call now a block theme, which is not the case for this course here. We'll be using and building a classic theme. So for this kind of theme, we have those 4 files. The first one is the style.css, which is actually a file that tells WordPress the name of the theme, the description of it, and information about the theme. It can also be used as a CSS file, but the main characteristic of it is to present information about a particular theme. We have also index.php, which is the main template file. It is used as a fallback file also in cases when WordPress doesn't know how to behave. For example, if the user wants to load a page that doesn't exist in WordPress. That's why we don't have in WordPress broken links, for example, because in such cases, whenever WordPress doesn't know how to behave and what to load on the screen, it uses this index.php as a fallback file to present or to display something to the user on the screen, whatever it is. So it's the main template file we'll be using and we'll be including in our WordPress theme. We have also comments.php, which is a file that help us display our comments. We'll not be using this file in our theme, despite the fact it is a required theme file, but the theme does work without it. As we'll be building a basic theme, it doesn't matter. You can skip this one for now. And we have also a file called screenshot, which extension is PNG. It's a file, it's a screenshot, it's an image file with the exact dimensions of 1200 by 900 pixels. So our task will be creating some of those files in order for the theme to be presented and to be displayed correctly here in this list. So let's move over to our VS Code again. And the first thing we're going to be doing here is clicking here under a minifolio and rename this index.html to index.php. Okay, and one more thing, we're gonna be adding one more file here. So create new file, and the name of it will be style.css. it will be empty for now. If we go back to WordPress, to the dashboard, now if we reload this page, now we see that those error messages are not displaying anymore, and we have here a frame with information about our theme. But if we click here in this button, theme details, we will see that currently we don't have any information about the theme. When compared, for example, with those others native themes, this one, for example, we have the name of the theme, we have also the version information, the author name, and a link to his page. Also some description telling what the theme is all about, and a list of tags too, but ours currently doesn't have those information. But it's quite easy to fix this. Let's go over to our VS Code again, and under this style.css, we're gonna be adding some comments. Yes, exactly. Just a couple of comments will do some magic in WordPress. So if we open here a comment block, and we add a bunch of tags, we see a lot of new information in WordPress. We're gonna be starting here with theme name. Let's call it Minifolio. And then author, my name, and then description. And then version. I can give it a version of 1.0. We have a couple of other theme tags we can use here. For example, if we move over to the documentation and click here on the theme basics, main style sheet, style.css, we have here an example of the tags we can include in a basic theme, and also here some explanations. For example, we can use this tag here called requires at least, which is the older main WordPress version the theme will work with. Tested up to, which is the last main WordPress version the theme has been tested up to. Requires PHP, the oldest PHP version supported, and some information about license and license URI, and also text domain, which is a string used to translate the theme. We're not going to add those tags in our theme because it's a very simple theme, and you are required to add them only if you, for example, want to submit this theme to a theme repository such as WordPress.org or in Vato's theme forest, for example, which is not our case. Let's go ahead and save that file and move over again to our admin and reload this and click here again. Now we have information about the theme itself, the name of it, the version, the author name, and here the theme description with a typo, of course. We can also include an image here which will help us identify the theme easily. We can achieve this with the screenshot.png file. I have it also prepared. It will be also among the materials in lesson number 2. But if you guys can't find it, don't be afraid, okay? You can use whatever image you want. You can, for example, create an image with dimensions of 1200 by 900 pixels. It doesn't mean to be this same image here, right? Let's drag and drop it to our VS Code again. To our themes folder, Minifolio. So here it is. And now if we reload that page again, that admin page, now we have our image here. What we can do now is simply activate our theme. Let's go ahead and do this. So it's activated, but notice what will happen when we visit the page itself, the front end. It's completely broken. We don't have images, we don't have styles, colors applied, nothing. Why is it happening? We can have a hint of it if we, for example, inspect this page and move to our console tab here. You'll see a bunch of errors. So for example, the browser can't find the CSS file for the Bootstrap, also this one here, other CSS files and PNG files and image files. We'll have to fix this in order for display the theme correctly, right? But why does it happen? Because if we review our theme files, we have index.php, we have the images here, we have the CSS here, CSS files, and inside index.php, we have mentions for the CSS files, we have here also mentions for the JavaScript files, but they are not being loaded in the screen. This is basically happening because those paths don't exist. We have to fix them because WordPress cannot find those files. This is a good task for our next lesson. So that's it for this lesson. Thank you again, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye!